Now that we have the butter applied to this piece and we let it set up for, about 30, 45 minutes, the longer you let it set up, about 45 minutes to an hour, the easier it actually is to get off because it'll grab, it'll start setting up and it'll come up. But give it a good 30 minutes minimum, 2 hours maximum. 45 minutes to an hour is really about a good time. I'm going to go ahead and buff it off. I'm going to use a cotton terry towel for my first part. And then I'm going to graduate after I get done with the cotton terry towels. I'm going to do one more wipe down with a microfiber. So first cotton terry. And then once again, I can't stress enough, cotton terry makes a lot of sense because these little terry naps get deep into that grain. They go into the grain and they pull out any excess oil or wax that may be there. I like to start in the direction of the grain. I use the heel of my palm, my hand, so right here. And I scrub the oil, or in this case the butter, off the surface. Same process as if you were oiling. Now my rag, that little area got filled up with butter. I flipped it. I've gone to the other side. Same thing. I'm putting a little body weight into it. And I'm scrubbing it off. Notice I'm doing it by hand, not with a machine. This is the part where I don't like anybody using a machine unless you're doing a floor. That's a different story. You use a white pad as a big buffer, different story. Here, I like you to do it by hand first to make sure you get it all off. If you do it by machine, once again, your pads cost a lot of money. You put it on your machine. You don't change the pad often enough. All you're doing is spreading butter around the surface and you're not buffing it off. So the key here is to buff it off. So if you use the machine, you're not going to get it off. You'll get a little bit off in the beginning and the rest is just going to be smearing around, and most people are too cheap to change their pad. So if you want to do this effectively and cost efficiently, do it by hand, cotton terry towel, scrub it off, not hard. You took the time to sand the piece, you took the time to make the piece, you can take the time to buff it off. Now, if you decide to use a machine after you got every last bit of oil off the surface and you got a nice clean bonnet on there, that's fine. And if I did use a machine, I'll probably do a video on that next, in the next video. My piece would be already buffed off, completely, pretty much dry. Feels dry, and I hit it with a machine just to make sure I got the rest off, polished it out, heated it up, initiated the polymerization processes, and that's great. And my pad would be, I could use it again. I don't have to even wash the darn thing most of the time because there's no oil on it. So that's the way it's done. Now, I'm still buffing this off. I'm only using a washcloth here. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I'm going to change my washcloth. I'm going to go to a new one. Our latest box of rags that came in were washcloths. They weren't hand towels, which is okay because there's still plenty of surface area on this towel to do this pretty fairly sized table. Excuse me, that mic is driving me crazy. Now that I scrubbed it in the direction of the grain, I'm going to wipe it one more time. I do my ends because I did put butter on the ends. I'm going to do the live edge. I put butter here too because I love the feel of the butter. The butter feels amazing on your piece. It's a really nice tactile feeling after it sets up. It has a silky baby soft feel to it when it's done. And the glow is really special. It's a unique look. I'm going to wipe it one more time with this rag, and then I'm going to change rags. Because this rag is starting to get loaded up. And once this thing is loaded up, it's not going to be doing me any good. I'll just be smearing oil around and not getting anything off. So there's still a light film on this table. Not a whole lot, but just enough where if I left this on, it wouldn't cure properly, it wouldn't look right. So I want to make sure I get it all off. Only what's in the wood is what should remain. Now I'm going to change towels. And then I'm going to show you a trick to make sure you got it all off. This piece is starting to look really pretty. Now, you guys can't see it, but I can see that little residual of butter sitting here on the surface. I'm pushing it. Flip my towel one more time. Now this is when you could use a polisher after you got all the initial stuff off. And I'm going to do one trick I'm going to show you. Save you a lot of trouble. This will ensure that you got all of it off the surface. I'm going to switch to a microfiber towel for my last and final buff off. Not my first, not my second, my last wipe down to make sure I got it all off. The nice thing about this microfiber is these little microfibers go in those micro pores and pull out all that excess oil that might be there, or butter in this case, that is there. And I can feel it. I can feel it because that towel's grabbing. So, same process. Scrub in the direction of the grain. And boy, I had excess butter on the surface, and I can see it now as I'm pulling it up. And once again, if you're a power tool guy, this is when this stage, after I know I got it all off the surface, I can use a power tool to do a final buff out. But man, I can feel my rag gliding across that surface now. The microfiber, the cotton towel got the bulk of it, and the microfiber is that finishing touch. Just getting that last bit of excess oil off, or butter in this case, off the surface. Look at that shine I got. That is beautiful. Even though I'm pretty sure I got it all off, I'm just going over it one more time. Can't stress enough. Make sure you wiped, buffed the surface clean of any excess oil or butter. And it should feel silky soft. I'm not leaving handprints. There's no fingerprints here because there's nothing on the surface to move or to make a smudge in. There's nothing. Only what's in the wood is what remains. If you're getting smudgy, blotchy finishes, it's because you didn't follow the instructions. You didn't buff it all off. If you buff it all off, you're not going to have that problem. This would be a completely hydrophobic finish. Waterproof, stain-proof, beautiful, to last many, 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 many years. It won't degrade over time. It doesn't need to be recoated or refreshed at any specific period of time. This is in the wood. You have to wear the wood away to wear this finish away. So, how often should you recoat it? Well, did you wear the wood away? Do you have deep gouges and wear marks in the piece because you've been dragging something across it every day? Well, then that's, logical. You're going to need to refinish it. But if you're just using the piece, and you're using the piece on a regular day basis and you're not destroying it, there is no reason to recoat it unless you wore the wood away, unless you abraded the actual wood away. And that's not really going to happen. It's going to be very rare. So only times you would ever need to refresh this or recoat it is if you did some sort of damage or had some kind of catastrophic incident where you literally damaged your piece. So I'm still wiping. Why? It's all gone. My towel's gliding. I'm just making sure. Plus, you know, that little extra bit of friction really helps. Because as I'm hitting this, it's causing heat, little microbursts of heat. And those little microbursts of heat are making those oil molecules and those wax molecules fuse together. It welds them together, welds it into the wood. And now you have this indestructible, amazing finish. Wow. I always love a buttered piece. It looks amazing. It's just a really nice look. Something very unique to me. This is my invention. Nobody else can say they did this. This is my contribution to woodworking. And I love it. It's amazing. There are many imposters, many forgeries. There are fake butters out there. A real butter should be dense in the consistency of a stick of butter when you pull it out of the fridge. And then as you work it in, it starts to melt and go into the wood surface where it once again hardens and actually will polymerize because of the oxygen molecules are setting up with it, and it gets hard and it makes your surface harder. Hope you enjoy these videos. If you do, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be glad to teach you many, many more tricks with Odie's. Thanks.